Hey everyone, time to get serious. Usually messing around, usually goofing off. This is something that I don't goof around about, and it's got to do with deception and watering down of products and just the differences. I've seen it because I've read labels back in high school or middle school. I'm not sure which one. I think it was middle school. I took a home ec class as an 8th grader, I believe. And they taught us at that point to look at the labels. Labels on everything will give you exactly what's in that product. So, say your bag of chips, the first thing is usually potatoes, whatever, or your drinks. Any drink that you've got usually has it on there. First ingredient is usually water. That first ingredient on that is exactly what that product has the most of. And that's what I pretty much want to talk to you guys today about. Is this one has, just with any candy that we sell or any of our competitors sell, the first real ingredient in it is that's going to have the most of is like an acrylic resin. This is a long story short. That's pretty much what all of them consist of to start out with. This way, when you put it in your clear, you put it in an inner coat, or you put it in your binder, you have something that bonds. Methyl ethylketene, MEK. There's some methyl acetate. There's some other chemicals there too, but there's one that I really want to focus on, and it's what you saw earlier. Naphtha. Now, this is a different one. This isn't the same one that I'm going to go into depth today about, but this is another Naphtha. And when I posted it up, we got a couple comments. Hey, what can you use this stuff for? We have one guy that said that he uses it to basically thin out his pinstripe paints. So it's a thinner. Other people, because the label says, what is it? Cleans greasy, waxy, oily surfaces. So wax and grease remover. Okay. So we have both. It can thin. It can also, clean wax and grease. No problem. And not a problem at all. But since it says the first thing that many people come to mind is thins. When it thins your paint, you're now having to either do more coats, buy more product, or both. And with this, you're doing both. You're having to put down more coats, you're going to buy more product, and you're having to waste more time between flash times and all that to get the same color coverage that you normally get from our stuff. Stuff doesn't have this. No naphtha in it. No light aromatic naphtha. Light aromatic naphtha. So you've seen your light aromatic naphtha. That's what's causing your sweet smell when you open up that jar of candy, concentrate, or you open up the jar of candy. You have like a sweeter smell than what ours does. So, we sent out, somebody wanted organic green from another company. So we asked them, we said, hey, would you like to save some money, use less coats, use less material to get the same exact color? Of course, no brainer. Who doesn't? So we went ahead and sent them out Money Shot, our CC15 concentrate. He's adding it into Autoflex liquid wrap. All these can be everything that we sell as far as concentrates, powdered pearls, flake. All that can be used in your plastic dip or your liquid wrap, that type of stuff. So don't think that you can't use it just because of the fact that it's not branded that way. You can actually 100% can use it all in that as well. Crystal meth, we're still trying to get somebody to actually use it. But we're on the negative side of it just because of the way it works. And we got a low battery screen. So, just the way it works. So, we just haven't tested it. It's not one of the things we're really pushing for that, just because it's mainly for artists to do smaller pieces. We have had people do rooftops or cars. That's just, it's a one in a million chance that somebody's going to do that or want to do it on their vehicle for our painter to do. So we don't really sell much as far as that. We don't push it to that market. So everything usually comes with an MSDS sheet. I printed out this one. You normally don't get it. You usually have to go to the website of the manufacturer to print them out. You are supposed to have those on hand, according to OSHA guidelines. But as you see here, this one only has 2 chemicals in it. Doesn't seem right. I just showed you light aromatic naphtha on the bottle. That's not on here. So between MEK and butyl acetate, That makes up between 60 and 70%. Yeah, 70% of the mixture. So where's the other 30%? 30 to 40% is missing off this label. And they say that this is composition of hazardous ingredients. Well, naphtha is hazardous because, as somebody else put up, you can actually burn it as fuel. It's flammable. When you buy it, it even says flammable. So we're missing something on this MSDS sheet that was supposed to be here. I'm not going to name any names. I'm not going to point any fingers. But somebody dropped the ball on that one. So we know the game. They don't, and nobody likes to put in how much they actually use of each chemical to make their products, just so that it's proprietary. I just don't believe in it. Like, really, if your product's that great, you can release everything that about your product, and if it's that great, nobody should be able to replicate it. Right? Wrong. As I've proven with Crystal Mess. That is something that DuPont had. That is something that Alsacorp has. That is something that many other companies have had and got rid of, or still have and don't sell a lot of. I'm able to create it in-house, 100% small batch, and every single time you get something that works every single time. If it doesn't work, go back to that TDS sheet that I send you, check that out, make sure you follow those steps. It should work 100% every single time. Now, mind you, that only works with solvent-based paint. So if you're using water-based, you're already buying the wrong product. Crystal Meth should never be used with water-based paints. But that's not the topic today. The topic is the naphtha and why companies are using it to thin down their concentrates. I don't understand it. But it is what it is. And I've had jobbers who sell that product, sell that company's products, actually tell customers, wait till he gets bigger. He's going to water down his product. Never. Never, ever, ever. Everything we always are pushing for, you should only need 2 to 3 coats. Period. Doesn't matter what it is. 2 to 3 coats, max. I don't want you in that booth. I've already watched people. I've actually, the short period of time that I've been in the industry, I've watched people die of cancer. So me personally, I don't want to die of cancer. I don't want to have to do chemotherapy because of the fact that I'm spraying paint and I'm having to spray a lot of coats. Companies don't care. Companies aren't paying your insurance. Companies aren't paying for your cancer treatments. Companies don't care anything after you buy their product. That's not us. It's not how I will operate ever. I'm always going to try to get you in that booth, out of that booth as quick as possible. Never should you be in there longer than the 2 to 3 coats. Never. If you are, you need to stop watering down the product. Stop, limiting how much product you're putting in and over reducing it, or however you want to do it. You should never be doing 4 to 6 coats. Period. No matter if the VOCs are low or not, you're still risking your health throughout that whole time. You can have the face shield. You can have the everything, the respirator. You can have whatever you want on. The clean air mask. You can have the full body suit. Whatever you do, there's still hazards to the job. So I'm trying to get you in the booth, out of the booth as quick as possible. So we're not gonna do that. As I said, this label's got many ingredients that aren't on that MSDS sheet or safety data sheet. So I don't know what's going on, but I know that one thing, that our stuff will never be as watered down as this is, ever. And matter of fact, I don't think it's ever going to be watered down at all. Just because it's not in the industry. We should not be trying to water down and sell gimmicks. Your candy should be 100% get your stuff in and out. You should only need to do 2 to 3 coats. This way you got full color strength. You have less tiger striping, less chance of a tiger stripe. You have the ability to go ahead and kind of play with the concentration in your clear coat, which we are coming out with your clear coat or your inner coat or your binder, however you want to mix it up. You can play with that concentration to get you different colors. Not to mention, we are going to go through. I might bring out one more color, but that one color is the absolute last one, and no more after that. Just because of the fact that I don't want to start getting into redundancy of having 4 reds. There's no sense in it. You got you got cranberry, which is equal to brandy wine. You have apple red, which is it's the same thing as their apple red. So those two colors are nearly identical. Your lime gold, there's your lemon. Pickle Rick is more of like a greenish teal, so that really doesn't correspond to any of theirs. Grape, that's just a purple, purple, purple. You're not gonna find anything like it. 5 is blueberry, that is cobalt blue. 6, blue raz, that's your oriental blue. 7 is mandarin, your tangerine color. 8 is apple, obviously the red. 9 is pineapple, that is your yellow gold, which they don't really have. Wait for the train to go by. 10 is your what is 10? 10 is your cinnamon. That's what that is. 10 is cinnamon. That's your root beer. 11 is your blood orange, which there's not a color match for. That is your pretty much a blood orange. It's a reddish orange color. 12 is black candy. That's just available as a candy or a candy mid-coat only. 13 is passion pitaya. There's your magenta. 14 is honey. There's your pagan gold. 15 is money shot. There's your organic green. So if you're looking for the corresponding numbers, that's where it's at. Thing on the website, I'm not trying to put that out there, but I'm in the future I may put up just codes just to give you the color code. But we also want to try to do mixing. So say you mix up grape and passion pitaya, there goes your intermix of a pinkish purple. There's so many different options, so many different color options. You can mix up some blood orange and some cranberry. There's so many different combinations. They all could be intermixed. As far as concentrates, anyways. So 12 is going to be out on that intermix part, but all the concentrates can be mixed up. You can also take some of the black candy. If you get the black candy in, and you want to darken up a color, simple. Just add a little bit of the black candy in there, mix it all up. You're ready. It's ready and set, ready to go. But yes, naphtha, a thinner, a fuel, flammable, and a wax and grease remover. It's all three things, but in what we're talking about, it's a thinner, and it's definitely costing you money, time, and material. So if you want to start limiting how much material you're buying, as well as limiting how much you're spending, and limiting how much time is in the booth, you know what to do. CandyShop407.com.